Well, it's beginning to feel a little more like summer. And if that's the case for you, travel may be on your mind. Well, how about visiting an ageless place in a timeless setting? Hi there, Grant McComey here, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And this week it is timeless indeed as we travel to an unchanged piece of Oregon landscape, southern Oregon coast. It's the Oregon Dunes, Sahara by the sea. It is a sight that takes the breath away and fills us with surprise.
The Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area is a special place. It's very unique.
A timeless coastal treasure.
A lot of people that come in today, one of the first things they say is, "We came here as a kid," and it is true.
A giant sandbox with plenty of elbow room to stretch out and play.
This is a special place for all of us. Whatever sort of recreation that we treasure, there's a spot on the Oregon Dunes that can offer that.
Covering 42 miles from Florence to Coos Bay, the Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area is an Oregon landmark for outdoor recreation. People come from all over to experience 32,000 acres of sand, forest, rivers, and lakes. Many plan vacation time at one of the oldest parklands in the state, Honeyman State Park, just south of Florence, where camping reaches back nearly 80 years.
Back in those days, families would get together and have a big family picnic with grandma and the grandkids and everything. And so Honeyman was a place that they could come and have a big special family reunion get-together type thing. And they would swim, they would fish, sit and talk, visit.
Honeyman was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, in 1933.
Take these unemployed young men in the cities in the east and put them to work building facilities that the public could use. And the idea was to make parks available for the common man. This huge labor force was available, and so they went to work. There was virtually nothing here when they started. You know, it was just woods and brush and stuff.
Today, the park store shows off enduring craftsmanship of rock and timber construction. The sandstone was taken from a local quarry.
When you pound that in, it's going to force that apart and split it.
Each stone hand-carved and chiseled into place.
If you look close at this, you can see the original chisel marks here. And if you stand here and kind of let your imagination wander a little bit, you can picture in your mind those young men that had come all the way across the country. I think those little details, to me, really tell the story of the CCC as much as anything.
Honeyman is like a bedroom, really, for people who use this as a base camp for exploring a lot of other dune options here in the area between the lakes for fishing and boating and the trails through the dunes that you can hike or take an ATV on, sort of a destination.
Nearby, another state parkland is a unique botanical garden, too. Stroll the boardwalk at Darlingtonia Natural Area and gaze across a collection of native carnivorous plants.
Amazing cobra lilies that I've never seen grow so healthily anywhere. They're 1.5 to 2 feet tall, and these gorgeous lanterns that have this great way of capturing insects and digesting them. And we have a wonderful boardwalk at the north end of Florence that attracts people from all over the world. One of the activities and attractions of the Honeyman area.
Come here, enjoy this building. There's a trail around the edge of Klewax Lake, and hike over, go up into the dunes. For a lot of people, that's really what coming to Honeyman is all about, you know, is experiencing those things.
There are other camping opportunities, including U.S. Forest Service campsites.
This one has a lot to offer. The lake, of course, real typical of that traditional Forest Service campground setting.
In fact, the Forest Service manages 500 sites along the dunes at places like Carter Lake.
This is beautiful. I think that dynamic nature of the place is what draws a lot of people to it. You've got the beauty of the forest, the rhododendrons. Just a little bit over this hill, though, you get into this beautiful dunes landscapes that change hourly.
You can hike, photography, bird watch, over 240 species of birds. So it's a birder's paradise, really. There's always something you can see. And even if you come in December, when it's very quiet, not a lot of tourists. Our busiest time is probably July and August.
The sand doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it. So this is a challenging place to live.
And don't forget your hiking boots for a chance to see the dunes up close.
They're called ground cones. evolved from green plants, does not make its own food, but this is the flowering part.
Along the John Dellenbach Trail in the Eel Creek Campground with someone who knows this Sahara by the Sea oh so well.
Beautiful manzanitas.
Marty Giles operates Wavecrest Discoveries.
They're living off of the association underneath the soil. Interesting things to look at and see and do, and we're not even at the open sand yet.
She's a local eco-touring specialist who grew up with all of this in her backyard.
We're coming into the open dunes. Pow! There's all that sand.
She says the sand didn't come from the ocean, but from the mountains.
Bits of rock, crystals that are broken apart, brought from the mountains out to the ocean, and the sand grains that we're standing on right now came down the streams and rivers, up and down the ocean when the sea level was lower, pushed up as the sea level's been rising.
Hiking puts you in touch with the dunes, so does this.
Put that in the light.
Look at that. Holy cow.
Sand is made up of whatever's available. What you are looking at on your finger are grains, rock crystals that are broken apart and moved here. They're all different minerals. The clear grains are quartz, and they're different colors, they're different hardness too. Well, it gets better. There's a beach just this side of Florence. And watch what happens when I take a magnet to this one.
Holy cow.
Lots of iron. It's all iron.
All the magnetite. And the stuff left in my hand, look how green it is. I mean, you can clearly separate out the minerals that way.
Giles says some dunes reach 500 feet tall, highest dunes in the world. She adds the dune story is interesting, complex, and you should be ready to visit a place that's alive and ever-changing.
Everybody likes the open sand. Everybody likes this variety of habitat. Everybody likes the sense of the openness, of the dynamics of things changing. It feels very wild because the wind is usually blowing, and it has a wonderful, fulfilling nature to it. Look at this. Everybody likes it.
The Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area will satisfy your soul and fill you up with such beauty and wonder. It is so worth your time for a visit. And we've provided all the details, directions, and the contact information right here on the Travel Oregon website. So until next week, get out here and enjoy the great Oregon outdoors, and let Travel Oregon be your guide. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComie.